I'll go through the super chats. I love you guys. Send it, because if I beat Kevin Brennan in super chats, that's all I want to do. Not even trying. So just look, I'm not begging. I'm not a digital panhandler. I'm going to give you something. I'm talking to you. I'm going to take your questions and answer them. I'm going to play some PGA 2K25 golf. But if you feel so inclined, no forcing, and you want to send a super chat, as long as we can just beat that shithead Kevin Brennan, I'm all good. So I go on Shuli's show. It was a couple of shows pretty close together. I usually do one. If I do one a week, it's a lot. It's like one every 2 weeks. I'll do Uncle Rico, and it's great. I mean, sometimes I catch shit for talking about how fun and funny doing the Uncle Rico show is. And I just can't fathom that I could be so incapable of the concept of what's funny that some people just go, Anthony, what? That is not funny. They're not funny. The show's not funny. And I go, wow, I really thought that even if I can't be funny, I would at least know what is funny. And I swear to you, I will go to my grave saying that the Uncle Rico show and Auntie Karen show with obviously Shuli, Mike, and Anthony Zenhauser is a very funny show. And I get shit from it. And then I look at who I'm getting shit from. Stuttering John Melendez? Kevin Brennan? These are people that, I mean, deliver comedy. Ooh, the drop of a hat. Another one funny line after another. Maybe not. I've officially removed myself, and I have in the past. You know this. I'm not gonna fake anything with you. I've been out of the Kevin Brennan business after he left Compound Media because of my greedy $100 for 2 hours. $50 an hour wasn't enough for him. I just was like, yeah, I'm out of the Kevin Brennan business. And then, of course, you saw the Auntie Karen show with Shuli and friends. And I would sometimes be in touch with Mr. Brennan. We had each other's phone numbers. You know that because he's given mine out on the air. It's all in good fun. And I was even okay with that. Then the other day, Mr. Brennan decides to try to contact my bosses at WABC and get me in trouble. And his whole tack was crazy. Like, I've seen people that are like, well, because I've gotten, they've gotten messages and texts and whatnot over there from Jewish periodicals. And they say like, oh, Anthony's anti-Semitic. And anyone that knows me, I've been the least anti-Semitic guy. And there's dummy, fucking dummy, Kevin Brennan saying, he's this. And then he says, I'm on Shuli's show. And Shuli's show is he called it the Aisle Network. The Aisle Network. I'm not going to say it because it's YouTube and I don't want to get in trouble. But it's like, what? Because I wonder how they'd feel about that over at the WABC. Well, let me tell you right here to the camera and perhaps to Kevin Brennan's face. They don't give a shit, Kevin. The idea of trying, and John tried it too. John unlocked his X account, Twitter. He had locked it up so no one could comment on his ridiculously retarded tweets. And then he unlocks it to go after me and say, hey, everybody, get in touch with WABC and tell them what a piece of shit Anthony is. Well, joke's on you, John. They know what a piece of shit I am. But the thought that someone would try to get you fired from your job, literally cancel culture. This is the thing everyone has been goofing on and saying, are you out of your mind? Cancel culture? And they're embracing it. Brennan, Stut Joe, the Opster, not the Opster. I'll give it to the Opster. He's not trying to get me canceled. He just really has a problem with me getting a radio job. But it's insane. Get him off. Talk to his boss. How does ABC feel about this? And you're like, I talk to my boss over there, my bosses over there. There's an owner and there's a boss, a GM. I know how radio works. And what do you think? They get these emails and whatever posts, and they don't tell me. They just go, uh-oh, that Anthony guy. We sure didn't know who we were hiring. That is the most hilarious thing. Tell him about Anthony. Do you honestly think a radio company can't Google my name and see every thing I've ever done in radio and in my private life before they hire me? Why aren't they hiring you, Kevin? Stut Joe? You've lived an exemplary life. No controversy whatsoever. And where are your jobs? Where are the people clamoring to get you on board to help bring up their ratings or social media numbers? Nothing? That's a shame. That's a shame. That Dabbleverse is a fucking force to be reckoned with. I love it. It's fun for me. There's something therapeutic about having thrown out every aspect of your life out into the public forum to where the likes of these idiots have nothing. What are they going to say? I've said it all. I've addressed it all. But then they have their things that they will never talk about. Stuttering John, hated by his own family. Kevin Brennan. I've been over the Brennan thing for so long, and I've bitten my tongue and lip and said, I'm not really going to get into it with Brennan because I honestly think he's funny. I think a lot of what he does is a work. It's an act. The mean thing, the nasty, the blowing up, burning bridges. And even though I've kept that attitude with him, he decides to try to get me fired from my brandy new awesome job. And that's when I was like, no, I'm not going to placate this guy anymore. I'm not going to sit here and go, wow, he's funny, so I guess I should give him the benefit of the doubt. No. Kevin Brennan, him in his ass, he's clown shoes. I'm so done with so many of these guys. And there's a few other that I won't even give the benefit of mentioning their name. Because, you know, we're well over 1,000 viewers here. I'm not going to give them any leeway. I'm not giving them viewers.